Hey, Kev, congratulations. Have you had any time to think that at 23 years old, 23, you just signed a 4 year or about to sign a 4 year, $65 million contract?
I did. I mean, it was something over the past couple months or so, all summer, that I started to grasp and wrap my head around. But I mean, it still doesn't hit me. I feel like in my own head, I'm using the excuse that I still won't see it for another year. I still got my last year, my rookie deal, playing on it this year. But I feel like it's something that once those checks start to come in, once it starts to hit the account, then that'll feel real. But for right now, it's still tough to wrap your head around.
Does it make it like, hey, all the hard work has paid off and everything that you've done leading up to this point?
It does. I mean, a little bit. It's one of those things. Once you get into the NBA, it seems like it feels like that's the culmination of all your hard work, and then you realize pretty quickly in your rookie year that it's just the start, and that everything's about getting to that second contract, the third contract, and how you're going to keep yourself in the league. And it finally feels like, once you put pen to paper, and for me to sign that second contract, that finally felt like it was one of those things like, all right, like now I made it. Now I'm in this, and I got myself locked up for, I'm going to be in the league 8 years by the time that I'm done with this. And hopefully after that, I get to work on another contract. But it would have been one of those things. If I didn't get it done, it would have been a great road. Obviously, high school, college, and first couple of years in the NBA. But really, kind of getting that second deal is what solidifies yourself for sure.
Yeah, so you're not done. There'll be another big one coming up, won't there?
I mean, if everything goes to plan, if we keep winning, individually, obviously, if I keep making steps, hopefully, that's obviously something at this point now I'm looking towards for the next couple of years. But it's everything you want. Get to 10 years in the NBA, you get your pension, and after that, the rest is extra.
What other option did you have? I mean, you wanted to get this done right now before the season started. I mean, could you have waited until after the season is over and perhaps got an even bigger deal?
Yeah, we definitely could have. That's the thing that, if people aren't familiar with NBA contracts, it's really tough to do rookie extensions, especially rookie extensions that aren't max deals. And on my side, on the player side, we don't have a lot of leverage. And so, a lot of times you're taking team friendly deals, or teams are trying to lock you up, obviously, because they really like you. And this is a place I wanted to be. So from the start of this process, I was trying to get it done. We started talking mid-August, and it took us a little over 2 months to fully get it done, as we got it done only a couple of days ago, right up to the end of the deadline. But it was one of those things. I was definitely prepared to go to restricted free agency. If I didn't sign it, obviously I would have had to play this year out under my current deal. Nothing about this year would have changed. And then in a lot of ways, my market would have been a little bit bigger. Other teams would have been able to come in and dictate, obviously, where my contract would have fell, and could have made an offer sheet. That's what happened with John Collins. He played out his year, and luckily the Hawks were able to keep him and sign him to a long-term deal himself. But if I didn't get it signed, it definitely didn't mean I was coming back to Atlanta. It would have made the future look a little bit dicier, my future in Atlanta. But my contract could look a little bit different, and you never know how it's going to go. It's a big risk. Like I said, a couple of days ago, it's a lot of money. In a lot of ways, it's too much money to turn down, and it's a big risk to play your last year. There's just so many unknowns that happen in the NBA that I was really glad to get it locked up.
What are you going to do with all your money?
I don't know yet. For now, I'm going to hold on to it, try to make it last a little bit.
All right, let's talk about your role. Season begins tonight, man. Here we go. Are you coming off the bench in game one?
Yeah, coming off the bench. This role kind of slotted in, and the call that sixth starter role. A spot starter if guys are out, and right now looking at the first one off the bench. And minutes wise for me, that's all that really ever has mattered. Minutes and opportunity. But it's a good one. We get to start out, we're on national TV. I guess that's one of the perks about going to the conference finals year before on national TV against obviously the Mavericks, who were a playoff team last year. Starting it off tough, they're a really good offensive team. We're going to have to guard really well tonight. They're not as great on the defensive end, so I think we should be able to put up a lot of points. But I think it's going to be an entertaining game, and obviously one I'm really excited for to kind of get the ball rolling on the season.
Kevin, do you like your role that you've been put into, and do you like this team? Is it better than last year?
I think we are. Yeah, we're a really deep team. I think that's something that we're gonna pride ourselves on. That's a huge strength of ours going into the year. Is we're a really deep team. We can go at least 10 deep, if not more. Our rookies have looked really good in training camp to start, and That's something you need in 82 game season. There's always a lot of injuries, guys in and out of the lineup, and really the teams that can put together a full season, that can stay away from the injuries, that are a D team, are usually the ones that are successful. And I like our team. Just we got a lot of guys coming back. Obviously, how last year ended, a lot of guys got to play big minutes with each other in huge games and figure out ways to win. And so we're bringing back most of our team from last year. And obviously the expectations are a little bit higher, but we feel like we have a really good group here and are going to obviously continue to try to build on that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you feel like your game's gotten better too, right? You had a good off season. You work with Dags. I know Dags came down for a little while too. So you feel like you've improved?
Definitely worked on my game. Yeah, Dags came down to Atlanta for about a week, and then when I went up home for a week, I was working out back in his gym and got really good work in. Obviously, got in the weight room. Worked on different parts of my game, kind of trying to continue off of the playoff performance, getting back to getting my mid range, continue to work on that, getting to my spots. Offensively, becoming a little bit more consistent, shooting the ball, especially from deep, and just really all around trying to work on my body and obviously work on my game.
All good on my end, my friend. Thank you so much, Cap. Appreciate it. You know that.
Perfect. That was easy.